Hey everybody, it's Kiwikatgamer, or I suppose Jack-o'-lantern gamer, but you know, I'm still the Kiwikat. This is just a disguise for Halloween. Anyway, today I wanted to make a top 10 around the theme of scariness or spookiness or anything of that matter. And when I looked into what horror games I could handle, which is none of them by the way, I had the fear tolerance of a child. Anyway, I noticed the themes in those games that made me think that they were scary, or the parts that were scary. And so I came up with the top 5 elements that make a not scary game scary for at least however long the element is being used. I know that's a mouthful, but let's just get on with it. Number 5. F you, Kimi, this was unpredictable and stupid. I knew you were going to put this on here, you stupid freak of nature fruit cat hybrid. F you. You can't even spell cat right, you idiot. First of all, ouch. And second of all, yeah, I know darn well this was obvious. But tell me you aren't just the teensiest bit spooked when you enter a room in Legend of Zelda, and it's pitch black. You don't know what you could see in there. There could be a bunch of zombies ready to scream at you. And guess what? You can't see where they are. So how exactly are you supposed to get them when they do? That doesn't scare me, because I'm a real man. I don't get scared by the dark. Zelda is a game for babies anyway. Nothing scary could come from that. True enough, but what about Skyrim? Again, you walk into a dungeon, and again, it's pitch black. And what's worse, your radar might catch a bunch of stuff, or you might hear like a hag raven speaking to you. Heck, even Minecraft can have moments where the dark is terrifying. Kimi's afraid of the dark. Well, in the words of the greatest poets / philosophers on YouTube, Rhett and Link, I'm not afraid of the dark. I'm afraid of what's in the dark that I cannot see, because it is so dang dark. Did you just steal from Rhett and Link? No, I gave them credit. You are a horrible person, Kiwi. Number 4. Sometimes in video games, loud, scary noises can be toned out. Eventually, of course, but the point is, scary noise doesn't automatically mean scary feeling. On the other hand, dead silence or significantly less activity in an area where there otherwise would be activity is really scary, at least to me. Now I'm just going to give you a heads up, I might be using Majora's Mask for most of these examples. Now, when you go out of your way to do the Dawn of the New Day glitch, which I have done, you can check it out here, going back to the Clock Town will give you a completely lifeless, completely dead, empty husk of a once bustling and happy city. And perhaps it just comes from me inferring too much. But it starts getting creepy. You start wondering, what happened to these people? Time stopped for everyone, and you cheated death. I don't know, maybe it's just me reading too much into it. The point is, when there's an area in a video game where there's complete silence or calm in an otherwise busy area, I don't know, perhaps if you infer too much, you might start thinking, what happened here? Where are all the people? Number 3. So, just a heads up, this one has spoilers for Portal 2 and Undertale, so be warned. I'll give you time here to skip if you don't want to hear these. Are they gone? Okay. So imagine one night you're a little boy playing yourself some Portal 2. You're shooting your portals around in the silence, which was already scaring you, when you see something you can portal shot in a place that you didn't expect it. So you go on thinking you found the solution, when in reality you found something you didn't expect to find. These horrid scratches all around and this radio playing eerie music. And then you never sleep again. Yay! So when I actually looked into what it was, I was even more scared, but you can find that out for yourself. Now this one hasn't happened to me, but I just want you to imagine that it did. You're playing yourself some Undertale, having yourself a grand old time, when you find yourself a strange door in the waterfall area. And in there, you see this black and white man just sitting there, staring at you. And when you approach it, all it does is this. And that isn't the scariest part of all the Gaster stuff. Even checking the files, you'll find some pretty spooky stuff. No, I won't show you, you'll have to find that out from someone else who didn't do what Toby Fox asked, but... Okay, you're past the spoilers now. Finding a mildly spooky secret can be made infinitely scarier when you didn't expect to find it, or didn't know it existed. A quick search on the internet and you might sleep easier knowing a billion other people have already found it, weeks before you have, but before you do it, it's just terrifying. Or at least it was to me. Number 2. Okay, kids, what are the traits of a scary monster? They're scary? Yeah, obviously. Dumb kid. They're evil! Yeah, pretty much always, voice crack kid. Oh, me! Me! Yes, kid who obviously looks like the smart one. They show you that they're more than just heartless killers and have sorrows and pains, but they can't deal them out because they're horrifying abominations. Absolutely. Now, they don't always have to be killers. The Happy Meal salesman is usually what comes to mind when I think about this one. From the moment that you see him, he has that smile that looks like it was just drawn onto his face. But as soon as you talk to him, his emotions range everywhere from all over the place, like from happy to sad to smiling again. It's effing scary, dude. Another example is the zombies from Half-Life. Now, I've never played the game, and I wussed out almost the second I looked at it, but if you play the zombies audio backwards, it's a pretty scary mix of sad and terrifying. Heck, even the EverQuest thing was like that. The whole time you just hear some children laughing, and I even mentioned that that's one of my biggest fears. And then you get to where they are just sad. It's still scary, but sad nonetheless. Undertale has another thing like this, and I'm gonna wait a few seconds for the spoilers to leave, but... Okay, they're gone. In the True Lab, there's this just amalgamation that's just the saddest thing ever. The mix between the music and the things that it says, and the fact that you've seen other characters that look like this and that they've had a connection to her. Yeah, it's this just gut-wrenching mix of sad and terrifying and I think that's what makes it scarier, is that something that you're supposed to think is scary, you're feeling pity for. And that's just terrifying to me. Alright, so before we move to number 1, I'd just like to give some honorable mentions. Distortion in the music. Just seeing something's face or eyes. Something that shouldn't be fast being fast. Something really powerful being dead. Footsteps. Fog. Alright, here we go. Number 1. Now, the first place my mind goes when I think about this is in a BioShock. That's another game that I tried playing by myself, then got too spooked and gave up. It was around this one part where you can watch from a window as the guy's getting, attacked by a big daddy, and all you can do is watch and hear him. And when you walk around after that, you hear more of that. But that isn't the only one I remember. The opening of Majora's Mask is almost the same. Link just fell down, and all you can do is watch as Majora sits back and curses you and screams and cackles. And I think that's one of the scariest things for me because, well, haven't we all had that dream? That dream where you're being chased by something and you can't run or you can't do anything but let it get you? Now, I did a bit of research on this, and by that I mean one Google search, but I did some research on it, and when you have a dream like that, it could be in things like stress or past experiences haunting you. And I'm not saying all this because it's something we all feel. Nowadays, I feel like horror games focus on getting cheap scares, like jump scares or things like that. But I think a horror game would be at its best if it focused on real feels and developed on them. I say would because, I don't know, I can't really compare any true horror games I've ever played to anything because I haven't really played any. I think I played the first 10 minutes of Amnesia, then got scared by some fog and gave up. Man, I really am a wuss, huh? Anyway, what do you think? What are some elements that you think make a game creepy? Do you agree? Do you disagree? Do you also think that I'm a huge wuss? Leave it in the comments and I will see you on Halloween night.